What's up, y'all? Here we are. It's Saturday afternoon. It's a little weird for both of us because it's not dark outside. But trying to get this OnlyVibes podcast rolling a little bit. I see all you. Gat, what's up, my guy? Moondrop, I see you. Hard luck, appreciate you. Mary, I see you down there with the intro song. T-Pill OG and a couple others made it great. You had a good stream last night. Was that last night? Anywho.
Dude, real quick.
What's
I
up?
look like fucking Krusty the Clown. Why didn't you let me know? Why didn't you let me know?
You're the most pretty crustiest I've ever seen.
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? My name's Steven. This is Travis. We're gonna go by our real names with this. This is our podcast.
Yep, for sure.
This is OnlyVibes. So we're using T-Pills because right now we just want to get content out to everybody and
Have some viewers.
yeah,
Have some
people
viewers.
talk.
I'm gonna try to use our resources, I guess. We were talking about we have a Twitch made, OnlyVibes PSG, but we're gonna try to build that through these other streamer accounts that we got going on. But anywho, I guess to get into it a little bit, OnlyVibes is the name. I mean, that's what we're here to do. Talk about anything, everything. You heard it in the song. Yeah, I mean, just kind of feel out how the day goes, feel out how the chat comes back and how they respond to things, ask questions. It's a very open forum. We have a list, which is very organized for us because we don't ever have lists, but we do have a list if things start to
Super organized right now.
So yeah, we'll start with a few of these questions that we have. If you guys feel like a question comes up or a comment comes up you guys want to throw in there, be sure to, and we'll do our best to keep track of the chat. So Steven, I'm gonna lead it to you. I'm gonna ask the first question. You get to answer first. What's the most interesting thing about you?
Oh, dude. It's gotta be how... I don't know if this is a thing per se, but just how fucking wonderful.
I'm wonderful?
I'm wonderful.
Okay. Give me, if that's the most interesting thing about you, then give me one facet. Give me one zoned in detail what makes you so wonderful.
It's because that I knew, like, so this is why I wanted to do this podcast. Because I knew that this is the kind of shit that I was meant to do. You know, like, I knew that I was meant to be a part of something bigger and create something bigger and be creative and have people enjoy hearing the shit that flies out of my mouth. Which 100% of the time, I really don't know what's coming. I don't plan thoughts out. It just fucking comes.
Yeah, that's true. Sad boy, yes, and your second mic. Hard luck, hear me okay, not Indra's mic makers. We're gonna try to do really good at not talking at the same time because we are using the same Yeti. We were trying to set up two, but it's really echoey and shit like that. So until we get all that figured out and all that fun stuff, we just got to get better at
Do I gotta yell? Is that what it is?
I don't know,
I just gotta be louder and talk deeper.
Is that better?
And just
Turn a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Anywho, though, to your point about your wonderful, like you said, do your imagination and you're made to do stuff bigger or creative or whatever. I think that's what makes you the most interesting. Is that when you tap into that, what to some people that ADHD crazy,
When I control it.
random shit. Yeah,
Right?
When you hone in on one thing and start to put an idea together, that idea can actually get pretty crazy, but get pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I agree.
If you start.
So the most interesting thing about me is that I have controlled ADHD.
We're working on the control part. but yeah,
I control
ADHD for sure. So I guess to play the game, the most interesting thing about me is, man, I don't know. I think the most interesting thing about me is that there's a lot of me that's still a mystery to most people. There's only a couple people that get to actually know me. And then outside of that, I guess, is that I'm a person of many talents, I guess. I think it's interesting that I can kind of fall into, streaming or fall into podcasting or fall into, sports or fall into building or whatever, singing, whatever it is. And I can do all of them pretty well. And that's not to be arrogant or anything like that, but I think it's pretty cool.
I agree with that.
So
for sure, I agree with that.
Yeah. And I guess on the video games topic, yeah, your wife barely even knows you still. That's not true. Adult film star.
Hey, sad boy. Thank you for the bits.
I'm not saying that I couldn't do that. What do you think?
I think you absolutely could.
There you go.
Come on. You can't touch the beard or the hair, though.
Well,
As soon as you do.
that depends. Depends who it is. Who it's for, you know? But, yeah, adult film star. I mean, I can test it out. Look at Sad Boy coming
Sad boy
1,000,
coming in
back
with
up with
bits. Thank
1,000,
you. Thank you.
backed up with another 800. Let's go. But yeah, I guess on the topic of streaming, then what got you into video games? Was it just something you?
What got me into video games?
We were kids, right?
So yeah, like I was a young lad, and my dad actually my dad still plays video games, and he at a very early age we started playing like games together, and you know, back to the fucking whole ADH thing. It's like it's one of the few things that I can attach onto, and I think most people that play video games understand this. It's like a world you can get away a little bit. You know, it allows you to walk out of where you're at.
All the bullshit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've always like I don't have very many vices, but games is definitely one of them.
Yeah. So honestly, for me, I always kind of blanket. I just realized I blanket this kind of question just now in this moment. But if I had to be honest about it, when I had that hip disease when I was little, I was trying to play youth football, and I was with Pat Tabbitt, and then my first year in youth football, and then ended up having that hip disease and couldn't play. And so that's kind of what got me into video games. First of all, that's all I could do. I couldn't do
Just
anything
sit
active.
around,
And
right?
then for me, Madden and NCAA and all those games growing up, the football games specifically, because that's what I was doing, that's what I lost. That's what kind of got me into it, you know, learning all the schemes and playing football and things like that where I could, because physically I couldn't. But yeah, from there it kind of just rolls downhill. You start playing other games, and then when you get older, start dealing with bullshit. 100% agree. You get in that nothing box and just shoot out for a little bit,
Right.
you know, even if it is an hour.
My turn to ask you a question.
Pick one. Pick one, buddy.
We're not going to do just questioning, okay? All right. So off the cuff. All right. So we'll go into this a little bit. We're both dads. Both have girls.
Mhm.
What's the most interesting? No, I wouldn't say. What do you find the most joy out of like watching your girls grow up? Like when you're sitting there and you see them do something or you hear them say something. Like what is it? What is like that you're just like, "Oh, that's my girl," you know?
So for me, it's their little minds, and it's more so like you said, you mentioned it, but like how they speak. You know,
Okay.
you see them at their ages. You know, when they're 2 years apart, so you see them at say 5 and 3 when they both start talking, and then 6 and 5 or 4, and as they come up, and just the way they talk and the way they can have conversation with you and things like that. You walk away from the conversation. Me especially, because I'm not usually that smart. But I walk away from the conversation with one of them, and I go, I think they're smarter than me already. This isn't good, you know. But it is cool to see, you know, how they can put those conversations together as these little tiny people, and you know, have a conversation with adults or whoever else, and
Yeah.
leave adults going.
Watching them grow up is like
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun, you know.
It is.
It can be fucking frustrating, but it's
yep.
it's fun because you know you see
And,
little
and
bits.
girls, and girls specifically, like you said, I got 2 girls. He's got 1 girl. So we're girl dads here. So for me specifically, a really cool fold into that is I could raise sons better, easier.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%,
I don't think
because
so.
I was one. I am a boy. You know what I'm saying? I could
I don't
raise
think
boys
so.
better. Because I get them. I get them. You know, we're just crazy. But like girls have taught me more about life in general and more about myself.
Maybe I'm a
and
little
have
girl.
taught me how to maybe
Maybe I'm a little girl inside.
that that could
I
be.
think raising boys would be a fucking nightmare. I like.
I don't know.
So Leslie does like Leslie's my wife, and she watches kids and stuff like that. And whenever we have little boys that come over, they're like way like I don't know if it's we compare the boy to my daughter. My daughter's always normally chill, unless she's hanging out with your kids and they're all fucking wild.
The problem animals.
They
For
all,
sure.
they all turn feral. I don't know. So, but no, but every little boy that's came over here has just been like fucking what a fucking I just fucking like, dude, come on.
Hey, but you're like that still, right? You get a little wild.
No, I'm docile. I'm I'm tamed. I'm as tamed as they come.
No. I think the more episodes we start putting out like this, they're gonna realize who the docile one is.
Make sure y'all stay leaned into the mic
and talk slow.
Okay. I don't know. I'm talking too fast.
Docile people talk slow.
I've been talking slower than you. You've been fucking cranking it.
Just get the words out, baby. Get the words out, you know?
So, what else? What is how's everybody's Saturday going? We'll take some talk from our chat here. Everybody's Saturday's fucking rocking and rolling. You guys got any questions? Steven Docile, what? Dude, come on.
The people know.
No one does.
The people know.
You don't know my fucking life.
Let's go there.
What?
Right there.
Steven's snowboarding story?
I've been waiting on the snowboarding story for a long time.
No, I never told you it?
No, you said something about a snowboarding story, and you're like, we need to save that for a podcast episode.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I told you. Okay, so, we live in Michigan.
What game is this? This is Shit Show 2.
Hey, Mama Sorry is in here. The fuck does that mean?
Up there. Sad Mom Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Sad Boy Sorry's mom.
Oh.
Yeah, wait until they become teenagers. Yeah, I feel you.
No.
I got a teenager living in my basement right now. He's a sweetheart, but damn.
Oh shit. What was that? Oh, okay. The Steven snowboarding.
Yes.
All right. So we live in Michigan, and those of you that are from Michigan, which I'm pretty sure everybody is, or mostly.
Leslie says boys suck.
Boys suck. See?
Good thing I'm a man.
Anyways, okay. Snowboarding.
Yes.
All right. I don't remember what the occasion was. It was either Dylan, my buddy Dylan. It was his, I believe, either birthday, 21st birthday, or it was his going away party for going to the Navy or some shit like that. Well, we went to Mount Holly. Those of you that don't know what Mount Holly is, it's just a big ass mountain out in Holly. And it's for snowboarding and skiing and shit like that. It's got like a lodge, and at the lodge they have this big bar, and well, we were all drinking, having a good time and everything like that. And then for some reason, a group of us were like, oh, the bar isn't serving us good enough, so we went next door to the fucking 7-Eleven and got like 100 proof vodka and shit like that. and
Never a good idea.
And I've never been snowboarding, ever. Okay? And they were like, come on, it's easy. We'll show you. I'm like, all right. So we take the lift. We're going up the mountain. As we're going up the mountain, we're fucking killing this vodka. Right? I am way drunker by the time I get to the top of this fucking mountain. So we go, and there's like, you go off, and there's like a professional side where clearly people that go that way are crazy as shit. And then there's like an easier side where it's like you can pick up speed, and but it's all straight, it's all smooth. So we're like, all right, go down this, and they're telling me how to do shit. I'm like, everybody, what the fuck ever? And we go down the easier side, and I destroyed it. It came out like a legend, dude. I fucking didn't fall. I was doing this shit, fucking humming. Just telling kids to get the fuck out of my way because stopping wasn't a thing. So I get to the bottom, right? Drunker now that the alcohol has sat in, I can handle anything. So we go back up, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go down it again. Everything's good, and they're like, "Dude, follow us." And I'm like, "Yeah." And they go off on the fucking pro side, and they're like, "Just follow, just stay right behind us." And so there's two portions to the pro side. You veer off to the left, and there's little moguls or whatever, and then you stay straight. And there's a fucking 25-foot jump. And guess what I didn't know how to do?
Jump.
Turn. So I went to follow them, and they went left, and I stayed straight. And I picked up an insane amount of speed, dude. And I fucking hit that hill. And I was upside down. And all I remember seeing is everybody at the top of the hill.
Upside down.
Upside down. I'm fucking upside down. And then I come back to the earth, and I literally explode. Like, my snowboard came off. My coat exploded off of me. My pants got ripped off of me. My fucking shoes. Everything. I literally donated my clothes to the mountain. I had a yard sale in the middle of the mountain, and everybody's like, ooh, you can hear the mountain. Ooh. I'm like, oh. Oh.
You're drunk, you're concussed.
Thinking my friends are gonna come help me. I fucking like I definitely got knocked clean out. And I like sit up, and my friends are fucking laughing at me. And the dude with the red fanny pack with the cross on it shows up. He's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Get me back." He's like, "You can't. You gotta go get your board and then go back up the hill and then go back down the smooth side." So I just like putt. I'm fucked up, dude. I putt down and I'm sitting down, and I finally get back to the lodge, and I'm sitting there. And they're all fucking dying laughing. And I'm like, oh, this is horrible. I feel like I died. And then they got quiet, and they're like, dude, you're fucking bleeding from your ears. Dude, I was bleeding from my fucking ears. That's how bad I fucked myself up. I was like, oh God. Didn't go to the hospital, just drank more beer. Yeah, killed a pounding headache.
I mean, hey, Gad's got a good point though, right there. Donations are good until you end up in your birthday suit.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't get that deep, right? You didn't explode that much.
I don't think so. I think I had my underwear on still,
Mm.
but it was. I just know.
Did you have ADHD
I had to collect
before that accident?
Yeah, I've had ADHD since I was a fucking wee lad.
I was just asking because it would have made sense.
Mm-hmm.
It would have made sense if you left some brains up there.
Yeah, my parents told me all the time, "We should have drugged you. We should have drugged you."
We should.
Like all the time. Like,
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Shouldn't have drugged you.
So yeah, that's my snowboarding story. I fucking don't even know, dude.
You ever gone snowboarding since?
No, not since. I won't. Won't do it. You won't ever give me.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate that I almost died on a fucking mountain. Not even in like.
Did you?
No, because I'm strong-willed.
Strong-willed.
I don't know. I don't know.
Some alcohol
Dude,
in your
listen,
system.
I'm fucking 100 pounds heavier. If I do that same
You're
shit,
gonna splat.
I'm gonna put a fucking crater into that mountain.
It's gonna sound like you're bursting it up with your parachute.
Yeah, 100%.
Hilarious. All right, so catching back up on chat a little bit. Sounds like boys and girls love is a little split here. But Hard Luck says he's got 5 boys and 3 girls and likes the girls better. So
yeah,
that settles it.
Yeah, I agree. He's smarter than everybody. So
yeah,
Hard Luck knows what's going on.
Is what it is. Mine's just a guess, anyways. I don't have boys. But yeah, anywho, we can keep going on this list a little bit and try to make. There's some girl stuff on the back. You want to start asking girl questions?
What are girl questions?
You want the first one, or want me to answer the first one?
What's a girl question? Is it about the girl anatomy?
Maybe.
I don't know nothing.
How many females do we have in chat right now? You guys want to play along with us for this one? Because I'll ask the first question, but then I want real shit, like real scenarios to be thrown at us. Because like these ones are just basic. But I know there's more shit going on with females. And what do you think it's like to have a period?
Well, I think it's like to have a period.
Like,
what do I think it's like to have a period?
What if you're just drizzling out of your wiener for a week? What are you gonna do?
Go to the hospital immediately. Immediately.
Yeah, but at what point would that be normal? Like, what if your dad, like when you were young, came up to me and was like, "Hey, son, you're at this age now. This is what happens."
Go to the hospital.
You're not gonna listen to him?
No. You gotta fix this immediately.
Could you imagine the
Scoop out whatever is making that happen.
The equivalence of a tampon to a weenie.
Like, what do you mean? Like putting a tampon in your junk?
You have to stop it somehow, right?
That'd be like a Q-tip.
I don't think that would soak up very much.
Pain.
And be changing it. Well, at least with Q-tips, you have both ends. You flip it around.
Double use.
Just tape the other end off.
Fucking two-use tampons. Man ponds. They are.
You get like 3.5 seconds out of each end, you know, whatever. I mean, what else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do?
I feel like I would feel like
You
I
ain't
had to
putting anything
pee
in there.
constantly.
And it goes in. I don't know, but like a tampon would go in and then soaks it up, right? So it gets a little bit. Like, could you imagine?
I would feel like my dick was on fire. Like I would be like, oh.
Q-tip and the D-tip. That's right, dude. That's it. What do you think it's like to be pregnant?
What do I think like it's like to be pregnant?
Hold on. He just said dual purpose. That just took me somewhere. I could totally, like, if we had female problems and we're using our D-tips for our, you know, our wanks, I could totally, like, keep myself clean and at the same time clean your ear for you. Can you imagine that?
Oh no, dude! You got some dirt in your ear. Come here, I'll use my D-tip for it.
I got a clean end.
What if that was just a normal thing? For like what if?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if it was just that way?
God, that's weird.
It is weird.
That's super fucking weird.
It is weird.
What if? That's weird. That freaks me out. I don't know. I'm just thinking about a Q-tip and a dick going into my ear. Like,
Well, not like
you
all
just
things.
basically fucking
A little attention.
gentle.
Well, you wouldn't have to be gentle. Oh, we need a video 10s unit to show you guys what it's like to period pain and labor pains. I don't have a 10s unit right now, but I do it.
A TENS unit?
I do
Is
it.
that where they do the strap the things and then they go
I don't know what the fuck that is.
num num, where they strap the little things to your belly and it stimulates like a what do you call it when they're going into labor? Contraction. I can handle it.
Fraction.
I think I can handle it.
Yeah. Sorry. So, what do you think it's like to be pregnant?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think the worst part.
Oh, we own a 10s unit. Apparently.
Oh, well, we can try it. We'll try it. We'll try male contractions. Can you put it on my?
Not right now, but you know, eventually. All right.
What I think.
Put it into words. Stephen pregnancy.
I don't know, man. Like, I think that the hardest part would be like the constant influx of like hormone changes. You know, like.
Yeah, like not being able.
Feeling happy, sad,
not
hot,
being able to
cold, like
control how you
just
feel.
fucking constantly. That would be the most annoying thing to me.
Yeah.
The physical part. I mean, if it was like a normal thing for dudes to be pregnant, I think I'd be able to just fucking handle it.
I think I'd be pretty sexy.
You think you'd be sexy?
Hell yeah.
I think I would look worse than I do now, and I look like shit.
Think you look like shit?
I look like shit.
No, I don't
Dude,
think so.
let's go. Like back in high school, I was fucking. I was cut, baby. Now I'm 100 pounds heavier than high school.
Interaction. You sound like a little bitch in labor. Just being honest. I'm certain I would.
I'd cry like a little bitch.
Not even the labor part, but knowing like where I had to come out of. C-section, please.
Oh, for sure.
Take it out of me. Take it out of me. I don't want to look like a hot dog split wide open at the end like that. No
Would
way.
you risk it? Like, what if it was like older days and they weren't like as good? That's exactly. It was like a 60% chance that you're gonna make it out. Do you still go with the C-section? Let's come out of your dick hole. Your fucking your tube is stretched to the fucking absolute max.
So my only hope is that like if we're playing these scenarios out to be actually real, that like maybe the human body would do something different to help with that a little bit, right? So like
Say that again.
So like maybe if we're doing this hypothetical, like I'm assuming that like our anatomy and like what our bodies are capable of doing in this scenario would be different as well. So maybe it wouldn't just be blowing it wide open at the end.
You'd be blowing your fucking you're blowing your tip clean open.
No, in my scenario, we have an extra.
But it's like, we'll say, no, in this scenario, it's like, it's more like common practice to sew it back together and be fine after. Right?
That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
That's what they do.
Sewing my wiener is almost as terrifying as
that's what they
shooting
do.
something out of it.
Women, they have to get like, sometimes they gotta get a little snip and sewed up and shit.
I know. That's why they're stronger than we are.
They're so strong.
They're so much tougher.
I can handle a contraction. Bring that shit, honey. All of us. We'll fucking, me and Travis, contractions. Yeah, I got, dude. It's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
I'm too fat. It's just rumble.
I wouldn't
Just feel like a
want to
jiggle.
be. I mean, I wouldn't want to be like cut almost clean in half, but the ladder sounds awful. You know.
You know, like
don't wanna do that either.
don't they like cut you open and then they like scoop your insides out, put it on a table, and then they like throw the baby.
Sure.
Just give the baby and they put you back and.
Yeah.
What if a doctor had like weak arms and like? Because I imagine that's kind of heavy, you know, all that shit. But if he like fumbled and just like it slid back into you and it was all weird.
You know, and I've often thought too, like,
how do they get it back correctly?
yeah. I mean, shit. This isn't like, well, plug this back in here. You know, this is all like it just goes back in.
Yeah, it's not like putting a
It's
square
like,
peg in a square hole.
It's like putting a bunch of groceries in the cupboard and just slamming it shut. You know, like there's not shelves and spots and all that stuff. You kind of just put it back in there and close it up. I don't know it.
Dude, I do that all the time. With all sorts of shit. With all sorts of shit. Anything I'm like,
So
get in there. Let's close it real quick.
So just be careful with cupboards at your house.
I just did it. I did no cupboards okay.
All of
But
these.
I just did it
Stuff
with
that
my
doesn't fall out.
There's shit, but not gonna fall out.
All right.
So I do a lot with my like work fan. Like when I put the stuff equipment or something in there because I don't feel like organizing it or anything like that. Just stuff
This
it
is
in
my
there.
surprise
And I'm
space.
like, booby tracking for me Monday.
You are wild. Oh man, C-sections look good. Yeah, they do. They do. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to do either of those. I mean, we drew the better end of that deal for sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, could you imagine? Let me just go down there and just like rip your butt up. Like, no, fuck
If
that.
you had to poop a baby out, I poop babies out regularly. So.
Well, like you were saying earlier, like some girls tear.
It's a hemorrhoid pad.
You need more water. Oh Lord.
That's for real. That's for real.
Oh,
It's on my gaming chair.
He just hemorrhoid pad on his gaming chair. I could spin that around let you guys see it, but I don't. We got it. I remember the feeling of my body being yanked around when they were trying C-section. That's weird. That's so weird. There's no other.
That's
no other word.
Don't they do like a curtain and they keep you awake, right? That's super weird
They
that
just
they keep you awake.
Spinal block.
I would have to be knocked out. I'd be freaking out.
That's terrible.
Because they like numb you up so you can't move
terrible.
much. I feel.
Oh, dogs or cats?
Let's take a moment of silence for your bird.
Oh, yeah. I can tell that story real quick, I guess.
You keep losing birds apparently.
No, not anymore. Both of them are gone.
Oh, they're all gone.
Yeah.
You just got an empty cage.
Yeah. So Pickles, we found he was done. It was the whole process. It was just there he was. So we went on, buried him, good, whatever. Blueberry was still hanging out in the cage doing his thing. I kind of felt bad for him
got
because,
lonely.
like, yeah, he lost his buddy, whatever. But then, like, he would sit in his mirror and he would just like talk and chatter back and forth to himself and everything else. Like he seemed happy and he was talking and shit like that. But it's like you watching him, you're like, dude, that kind of hurts my heart a little bit for the little guy. So we're sitting down watching The Office the other night. And I think if Sad Boy's still in here, he can attest to all of this because he was sitting right there with us. And so he's sitting on the couch and the cage was just down the other end of the couch from him. And he's watching The Office. He takes a bite, burger, first bite. Thump. I can see his face. He's like, mouthful of burger, a little bit of juice on his, and he's just like frozen.
Tanner?
Yeah. I'm like, what's up, dude? He's like, your bird fell.
Your bird fell.
But
Birds don't fall.
my bird fell. He don't fall. We didn't clip his wings a long time either. He can fly pretty good. You just fell? Yeah. I'm like, okay. So we go over there, and he was. He's laying there trying to breathe, doing his thing, whatever. Ended up losing him, buried him. It is what it is. It's a cycle of life. They're fun little birds. Happy, cheerful, but they are quiet.
I have a million fish.
See that?
Here, it was bugging me.
Thank you.
Yeah. But no, that sucks. I mean, those are your mom's birds, right?
They were. Now they are the Earth's.
Well, lucky she's not in here.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Did you tell her about the first one dying?
Oh, yeah. She knows.
Did you tell her about this one dying?
Yeah. I was on the phone. I don't know. Because, like Mary was holding him, and he's, like, trying to do his thing, and I don't know birds, you know? So I didn't know, like, if it was too far gone, like, should I end the suffering? You know? The old 1-2 kind of thing? Should I just, you know? Or is it something, like, he can bounce back from? Because, like, did he just fall and stun himself?
Yeah.
So I called her, and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, he's probably going out. You can try to warm him up, or, you know, something else, blah, blah, blah. And I went upstairs and got the little hair dryer to warm him up. By the time I come back down, he was...
So do you think it's like a life expect? I don't know anything about birds. Like how long
I think those parakeet budgies are kind of like the goldfish of the bird world. You know?
Okay, so they're in and out.
I believe so. There's nothing. I mean, if you want a long lasting bird, you go get you one of those Amazon parrot things, 160 years or some shit. But yeah, anywho, he's in a better place.
So have you this is a little off topic, but have you paid attention to that fucking Johnny Depp stuff?
A little bit, yeah. I try to at work sometimes on lunch. Yeah,
That's pretty fucking wild.
it's a shit show,
dude. Right? It's like the
It's a shit
longest.
show.
Is it still going, or is it over with?
I'm not 100% sure. Last time I knew it was still kind of
Still going.
Still
right?
going.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought too. Fucking, I can't. You know, one of the things that is fucking crazy about it is that I can't remember, like, Johnny Depp got in trouble, or like Amber, his ex-wife, was saying like that he was doing something, like abusing her or something like that. So like he wasn't able to cast parts or some shit like that.
Still going. Oh, Forgotten's in here now. Now I can say what I gotta say because I always say it to his face. Going back to what you said, like you look like shit or whatever else. You could look like Draper,
Ooh,
right?
that's facts.
I love you.
Literally a shit show from Amber. Yeah, like so from what I understand, I don't know. I haven't been following it like hardcore, but I've watched some TikToks of it and did a little bit of looking into it and stuff like that. And like so, Johnny, I guess, wasn't able to cast fucking parts for like a long time.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to do like more Pirates of the Caribbean and shit like that, but they wouldn't fucking hire him because of this whole thing. And now it's coming out that Amber's fucking nutty one. So hopefully we start seeing a lot more Johnny, because I like him as an actor. He's a fucking good actor, in my opinion.
Amber Turd, she's psycho.
Yeah, he's
I
fucking
like
wild.
that. That's a good description.
So I'm hoping that we start seeing a lot more Johnny Depp movies come back.
Yeah, I hope so. I love Pirates of the Caribbean, dude.
Dude,
It's so good.
right?
So
Have you seen those challenges to run like
People
Jack
run
Sparrow?
like me.
My fucking mom just sent me that the other day. It was like, if you love your mom, go do the Jack Sparrow run challenge or something like that.
You did.
I haven't did it. I haven't did it. I love her though. I love my mom, but I just haven't I feel like I gotta practice it,
Just,
Yeah, I feel like I can nail it.
but you're the kind of guy we don't practice. You just do it. See what it turns
Like
out.
a fucking dog chasing a mailman.
Oh, he loves his mom.
And I
Fucking
do.
better.
I do. She's
Who-
a splendid person.
We wouldn't be friends if he didn't. Shit in my bed, instant boot out the door. For sure. Don't be coming to my house and shitting on my bed. Especially my bed. You shit on my floor, I can attest that to a drunken night, but don't shit on my bed.
Wait, I missed that. That's a thing?
Yeah,
Amber shit on their bed?
shit on his bed, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh. That's a next level, literal shit.
Hard luck says he'll shit on your bed.
Why would you shit? I will fucking make you eat it. I'll rub your nose in it.
See, you shit on his bed and laughed about it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy, dude.
I know,
like,
dude.
Oh my god, how the fuck does that? How is that a thing? Like a thought? Shit on my bed and we're fighting. Yeah, I know, babe. You shit on my bed. I'm rubbing your fucking nose in it.
So Johnny
Promise
Depp
you
wouldn't
that.
go back to Pirates because Disney dropped him. His words were, "Not even for $3 million and a million llamas."
Oh,
So he's got quite a buying price. I don't even know where you find a million
that's
llamas.
that's crazy. $3 million. I mean, like,
And a million, that's easy to find. Find a million llamas.
I mean, yeah.
You get a special order of those things.
I'm saying you get paid. How long do you think it takes for movies to be cast? Do you think it's like over like a year span, or not cast but made? Do you think it's over like a year span?
Cast or like you talking about like shot, done, and everything, like the whole production of it.
The whole fucking kit and caboodle.
Yeah,
I think it's over the course of a year.
Yeah, or more.
So to make $3 million on one fucking movie, I feel like actors make more than that. You think?
Unless it doesn't take that long.
I mean, obviously, the shorter the better for everybody because it's less resources and shit used.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's disgusting, and I'm glad this blew up because spouse abuse is always favored to women. Men get shit on literally. I'm a feminist and believe in equality. She is a disgrace. Dude.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that's the big thing that's coming out of this. When that one video surfaced of her saying, you know, who's going to believe you, Johnny? Go there and tell him that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, as men, right, it's hard to look at this thing at first and go, well, fuck that, she's nuts, you know, and you're in favor of Johnny because you don't want to offend or come across sideways to other people, be it men, women, whoever, because society says that typically men are wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so to side with that immediately, we're kind of hesitant, right? But then you see Raven, people like that come out and they're like, listen, I'm a feminist, I'm this and that, blah, blah. She's a disgrace. And it kind of makes me feel better. Because it's
more
like,
validated, like your initial thought was like correct.
Yeah,
you know?
It makes you feel more comfortable saying what you want to say and stuff, and just having the conversation. And I think it's kind of the note of the whole kind of world's taking notice a little bit, you know, and saying, hey, this isn't good for men or women or bad for men or women. This is a win for America. To say that anybody in this kind of situation can come forward and say what they got to say and be validated or at least get a rightful trial, you know, to tell your side.
Right. Absolutely. I think there's a lot of problems with the whole.
Johnny Depp made $25 million for the last Pirates movie.
Holy fuck,
Jesus.
dude! How long? Google it real quick. How long did I'm telling our fucking people watching? Google it.
I know.
But how long did it take for that to fucking? He was using makeup and bruise kits. Dude, that's fucking nutty. To be shitting on beds and painting bruises on.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, it's wild. It's just insane. When she threw about it, let him put his finger up. He was feeling impressed by it. Fuck that. She's wrong. I believe in defending themselves. Moondrop says, my biggest thing is if I hit a man or throw something, be my guest, hit me back, throw something back. Yeah, I mean, I get that too, Moondrop. And like I said, as a man, you can't come right out and say those things. But it's like at some point in time, if we're all a believer in equality, nobody should be going around beating on anybody.
Right.
You know? And, you know, and I don't say, and that's not to say, like Moondrop just said, if I hit you or throw something at you, throw something or hit me back, you know, whatever, because, right? I mean, when you deserve something, you deserve something. Don't act like that. But that doesn't mean that you know, if Amber was to do something like that or throw something at him, he throws it back at her and goes, beats the bloody hell out of her. You don't do that either. You know what I'm saying? Defend yourself and get yourself out of the situation. Do what you can.
Yeah.
You're not in it for the violence at that point in time. You're in it to survive. Get her off you, do what you got to do, whatever it is. But yeah, you make a good point. And that kind of goes back to, like, as men, you can't come right out and say those things because then you're just like this guy that wants to run around and abuse people. And it's like, it's not like that at all. It's just like, if we're looking for equality, we gotta see it for that then, you know. I can't run around and beat on anybody, man, women, child, doesn't matter. Neither should anybody else.
Right.
That's just how it should be.
It's such a hard thing to, you know, it's such a hard thing to weigh. You like, I feel like you have to have undisputable evidence that you were defending or attacking, you know, vice versa, man or woman. I feel like because it's really hard for you to be like, if you're out in your living room, no one else is around but you and your spouse, and she fucking blasts you and is coming after you. You throw a fucking bow on her, and now the police are there, and she looks fucked up and you look fucked up. The man's going to jail.
100%.
You know what I mean? So it's really hard. I feel like it's a hard thing.
Yeah, Raven says, this society is just used to playing a victim, and we all need to take responsibility for our actions. I'm sure Johnny's no saint. No one's perfect, but damn, she's straight up abusive, mentally unstable. Yeah, and that's it, too. And it's like a lot of these situations would be solved from people looking at each other and going, listen, we're imperfect. We fucked this up. Let's not escalate it to this big fucking thing that it could be, right? Johnny and Amber, this fucking thing has gotten way out of control at times.
I mean, you think about it. Anybody that is an abusive person in Johnny's situation would have just beat the shit out of her. Like, it would have been like undisputable, would have fucked her up for the shit that she was doing all the fucking time. Yeah, and the 100%. Fact that he wasn't, I feel like that's pretty clear that like, oh, okay, he's clearly knows how to restrain himself.
Well, because an abusive person's gonna do that at the slightest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At the slightest opportunity to, right? Absolutely. And so you would have seen it. You would have seen it way early on. That's OG, 100%.
100% live is the way to go.
100% live is the way to go. Yeah. It seems to be panning out. Authentic in the moment.
Dude, I just felt my fucking nipples coming down. That's how fat I am.
It's not. It's muscle.
No, dude, I felt it hit my belly too. Like it was like a pinball thing, like bing bing.
I got it. Some things I get, and some things more of just refreshing things. Like the Angela thing. And logo for how long? They wanted to do something more fresh and relevant, so they did. And people flipped out saying it was cancel culture. For one, it wasn't, and two, why would racist image the kitchen table? Yeah, a lot of overreacting to some things, right?
Yeah, a lot of Karens.
Yeah, and if you're in an abusive relationship, you wouldn't pick fights. That's I wouldn't. 100%.
I think everybody just needs to love everybody, because that is the vibe that's going on here. So we just all need to be friendly, motherfuckers.
Only vibes. Yep, the only vibe you need, baby.
So have you seen that back, to another celebrity? Have you seen that fucking? So everybody knows about the Will Smith thing, right? Mm-hmm. Slapping Chris Rock.
Yep.
Well, then a week later, Dave Chappelle. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
How he's fucking doing like a stand-up thing for Hollywood. I don't remember what it's called. It was like a lot of celebrities and shit were there, and fucking some dude got up on stage and tried to tackle Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and they got a beat down.
Yeah, the Dave Chappelle thing blew my mind. Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. I don't know what to do. But yeah, it was like, and then did you see the pictures or the video of the dude after, like, they had got him? Like, they crowded him over, and did you see the video?
Yeah.
How they crowded him over in, like, the corner, and then they like, beat the shit out of that dude.
Yeah.
And, like, there's, like, one part of the video, you see him being wheeled into the ambulance, and his arm is, like, jacked way up here, way the fuck out of place, and it's, like they fucking broke his arm and shit. But they found a fake gun with a real blade in it. Like a real knife. It was like a gun that
knife?
held a blade. Yeah. So they found that on. Like, what the fuck are you tackling Dave Chappelle for? It's crazy that I feel like that's why you're not seeing a lot of comedy specials coming out anymore, because people are like afraid, Like they're afraid to fucking speak their mind. Tell you what, run over here. I will kick you in your fucking throat. If you ever get offended by something I say, tough shit. I don't fucking care. So why can't people just stay away from people that don't like? Yeah, I know, right?
That's it exactly, too. It's just like,
close your ears to the problem.
Yeah. Spreading negativity is putting yourself in a situation that causes you to be negative. A lot of those times are choices, right? I mean, life happens. Life happens if you're out and about, some event, something, some guy starts acting like a jackass. Now you're just kind of there, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't do those things seeking that out. You know what I'm saying? But that's even like streaming, like in the hate raids and all that stupid shit.
I've never even heard of a hate raid.
Just go the fuck on somewhere. Or somebody continuing to come back to this same fucking thread or this same fucking stream just to drop in negative comments and do this and do that just to be there and do it. It's like, you're what's wrong with the world.
Yeah, 100%.
You're what's wrong with the world. this whole just minding your own business and just living your life is just something that you don't see anymore.
No, you don't. It's fucking weird, and it's like it's happening
All the time.
in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's weird to me because we were supposed to be the generation coming up that was like woke. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we were supposed to be like the fucking forgiving and all that shit. Like getting rid of the past, and it's getting worse and worse. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, everybody got COVID and lost their fucking brains.
It's wild. Too much time inside or something. I don't know what it is. Chris Stapleton concert. That wasn't my fault. God damn it, that wasn't my fault. I was just. If you're gonna be on Twitch, you should know what a hate rate is. You should.
I mean, I understand the concept.
Be on the lookout.
I understand the concept, but I'm saying, like, I didn't know that was a thing. Like, people were rating you to be assholes.
Yeah.
That's fucking, like, I understand the concept. I've never had it happen to me.
No, me either,
but that's fucking, that's a new thing. It's got to be a new thing. All the years that I've, like, streamed or anything like that, I've never heard of a hate rate until now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is.
Have you been
hate rated?
Yeah.
No.
We're fighting. If anybody
Just end it right
if
there.
anybody hate rates this, we're fucking fighting.
Oh, we will.
Hard luck's gonna come in here and talk shit. 100%. 100%. I fucking hate you, man.
2 or 3 times, huh? That's crazy. Well, and maybe, I mean, you're getting a little more exposure, a little more viewers, things like that. Maybe as we start to grow a little bit more, we'll see that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? Start popping up on other pages and other fucking recommendeds. You'll start getting more of those hate raters. But, yeah, I don't know. That's just the direction of the world. The direction of the world, and it sucks. But it's where we're at, right? So, where we're
because
at.
the world is teaching us to hate each other instead of just not give a damn what other people think. Yeah, didn't hear me. I know that didn't pick up. I know I just mouthed that. My comment to that would be, you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you right now. Fuck social media. Granted, we're on a type of social media right now, but this is, in my opinion, this is like control.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that really can happen, well, if someone starts coming in our chat and being an asshole to other people, we can just go, boop, get the fuck out of here. But if they're being an asshole to us, either we can kick them or we just ignore them.
Yeah.
You know, like they won't gain ground. I feel like that's why it's crazy to me that people would fucking hate rate or something like that, because they're not going to gain very much ground.
No. Well, that's the thing, though. It's like Raven just said. The hate rate really is based more upon getting your shit shut down as opposed to getting them any kind of clout. And that's what it is. They come in and say things and do things and whatever else to get your shit shut down.
I see.
Yeah.
Like profanities, race. Probably, I'm assuming a lot of racist shit.
Yep.
Because that is like an instant.
Yep.
Close down type thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's crazy, man.
Well.
And they start to infiltrate everything that we used to enjoy, right? Like video games and streaming and this and that. And like you said, even some of this social media platform that is somewhat more controlled, they're starting to infiltrate that just to be pricks.
That's fucking crazy.
Just to be pricks. And it's like, why? You gotta value you to get in your own life doing that. It blows my mind, but what some people live to do.
But yeah, that's why I don't do Facebook. I haven't did it since high school. So it's been what, 11 years?
Yeah.
Is that how long we've been out of high school for?
Yeah, it's not horrible all the time. I use it mainly nowadays to check on the page and things like that. And the more I distance myself from it, the smoother it is, you know?
Well, I mean, yeah, the biggest thing with like those type of social medias, Facebook, Instagram, shit like that, is you're looking at other people present their best versions of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you immediately compare yourself to those people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucking dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because behind the scenes, I guarantee that's not like that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I've always felt like Facebook is fake.
Yeah.
Fake as fuck.
Dude, and that reminds me too, there was a girl on TikTok. They were doing something. Anyways, she kind of blew up a little bit in her own thing on her own TikTok. And then this bigger TikToker girl come over and they did like this model photo shoot thing together or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I caught this situation, it was at the back end, but that was the pre-story, right? She was young, coming up in this thing, she blew up, blah, blah, blah. And so then they did this thing. And then afterwards, it was a month or so after they did this little fucking shoot, the photo shoot or whatever, she's back to her TikToking and things like that. Well, she did one out in her front yard and they kind of spun around or whatever else. I don't remember what one it was. But her house was in the background as they were kind of spinning around or whatever. And this girl, who she become really good friends with through this whole modeling thing and everything else, got on her post on the public one, didn't even like message her directly, and was talking shit because she had a fucking trailer in the background. And that's the kind of relationships you build through social media when it's social media alone, right?
Yeah.
Because you see this best version of yourself and these pictures and these videos that she's been putting out here. This girl goes, okay, I'm a bigger TikToker, but let's set something up. They do something, they become really close, and she was like devastated because she's like, what kind of person, first of all, but what kind of friend would say something like that? Like, and so I go back to like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Chances are she's probably got more money saved and more this and more that because she probably got a lower payment. Like that's the route I go with that. Like I don't give a fuck. Like why would this girl? But that, like you said, you put your best version of yourself out there and blah blah. I'd rather meet my friend at their worst.
I agree.
Fuck it.
I agree.
Meet my friends at their worst.
You can watch them grow. You can watch them be better, and you can see who they become, and then that way. I'd rather just. I don't think I've ever met someone over social media. You know what I mean? Like hey, my name's Steven. Your name's Bill. Let's be friends.
Well,
never.
I met some people like through my my buddy's stream on Facebook. Didn't really know him, whatever else. Met him through there, kind of talked to him back and forth, things like that. Pretty cool people. Never met him in person, whatever. And that's kind of where it's left at, right? But even they're not going to turn around and be like, why the hell you got a trailer in the back of the picture? You know what I'm saying? They're not that kind of people. Now I have run into a couple that I'm just like, you're not my kind of person, but I'm not going to go out of my way and like,
Yeah, and like fucking hate and shit like that.
I don't know.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I quit it back in high school, is because I could see it. Because it developed like our freshman year, like Facebook was a thing,
to blow up,
something like that, and then over the course of those years, you start seeing. Well, okay, it's in high school. It was really bad for a lot of guys because they were fucking shit people and they were out cheating. But I think that's where Facebook got like a big rep, like why it became like a real thing, was because everybody could see that person being, fucking up, and everybody could tell, all the gossip, everything was all laid out, and everybody, look at fucking that guy fucked that chick or whatever, and I think that's why it got so much traction, because it was sent to our generation, and that's who picked it up, and it's like drama.
And there's some truth to that too, Sad Boy and Gat. Like me and Gat's never met in person, but man, he's a good dude. The background of why he streams and what he's doing it for and everything else, and it's something that you look at and you value and say that's just a good fucking person. There are some people that I've met playing video games, social media, that they're pretty good people, and it goes both ways. But that kind of comes into my next point about the whole thing, like technology in general, right? Going back to like before Facebook, and it was just phones. How many girls?
Minutes.
How many minutes?
You had minutes on your phone.
How many girls' lives were ruined because like they sent a picture, and then that picture
blew up. Right?
And it's like technology in and of itself can be the greatest thing or the greatest downfall, depending on how it's used. Depending on how it's used. If it wasn't for any kind of technology or social media or anything like that, like I wouldn't know my niece. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know that other than the few times I went down and seen her. But between me and my sister, we use that for that, and for her too. Like she loves the girls, so it's like you send pictures back, and you have videos and FaceTime and this and that and everything else. But like when people start using it for shit, that just isn't worth it, and that's what it.
It's like holding. You gotta hold. It's like you gotta hold yourself to a higher accountability.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you use shit like that, because of what damage because you can cause real damage to people, and that's crazy. It's crazy that can be a thing. What else?
But I think in your case, Sad Boy, when you said that through video games and social media, I think on the social media side it happens less. But through video games, it kind of happens a little more often because back to what Steven said originally about the whole thing, it's like the nothing box, and you get away from the bullshit, and you get away from everything else.
Yeah.
And in the event that you carry a little bit of that bullshit over with you, and you're playing the games at night, and somebody picks up on it, you start having a conversation. I mean, that's what it's been for me sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Sometimes I don't feel like sitting down and talking to my wife for 2 hours about my problems or this or that. But sitting there playing Rocket League or COD or whatever it is, you end up in conversations with, for me typically, guys already know or whatever. But even randoms who are cool and level headed and on the same playing field as you, have a conversation. You meet a friend, and there you go. But I think video games and social media are kind of separate until they start overlapping with hate raids and different things like that now. But
I feel like video games are definitely different in comparison. And one of the big things that makes it different is social media. There's no like foundation. You know what I mean? Where a video game, if I were to play and meet you, and we were both playing Call of Duty, there's your foundation. You both already know that you like playing Call of Duty. Yes, there's a common interest where social media has nothing. It's just out there in the fucking bullshit. In I think that I mean that's how like I've met people playing games that I ended up being good friends with. I went and like I used to know these guys from Wisconsin. I went out there and stayed with them in Wisconsin, and I played games with them for probably a little over a year, and I ended up hanging out with them, staying over there, having a good time and whatnot. But and it wasn't as weird to do it like. To me, at least, it wasn't as weird to be like, "Hey, yeah, I met these dudes playing games. I've been playing with," because you started off on a foundation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You started off on similarities, common ground, and then it built from there. And that's the thing. Same thing with like Twitch. I feel too. You know, people watching and people doing it and creating. There's a common ground there. Yeah. They want to watch. We want to create. There's an interest in the art that's being produced.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Common interest, that foundation. I like that because, like you said about Facebook, there isn't that. I think the common interest on Facebook is to get in on there and argue. That's the common interest. People like to argue, and for what? Because on Facebook, right, if me and you decide after this or during this to have a conversation on something we don't agree on, I think we can have a conversation. And if nobody changes their mind, I don't hate you.
Right.
I don't. I had one of my closest friends, man. We've had numerous conversations about, and this isn't to get into it, but about religion and spirituality and things like that. And you know where I stand. Yeah. I believe in the Bible. I believe in God, the whole nine. And he doesn't. He doesn't. He's not atheist. Calls himself agnostic. But we've had numerous conversations throughout work days, throughout this, throughout that. Him just coming over, hanging out in the garage, whatever. And we always leave kind of respecting each other and valuing the fact that we can sit down, have a conversation, and that's what it is. Conversation.
That's a lost art nowadays too.
It is. If you can't sit down and have a conversation with your friend, why are you friends?
Would you rather text someone or talk on the phone?
No.
Fair. Totally fair. Totally fair.
Now, if I have to pick one, I'll text. Just text me because I can get to it when I get to it, whatever. Or if it's something that's pressing, this person needs an answer now. Can't really wait for the text message to come back. Try to get my attention. Call me. Cool. Get on the phone. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Yes, go ahead and do that. Blah, blah. Hang up. Don't call me in bullshit.
I feel like I'm more of a phone talker.
All right?
Yeah. And I think it directly relates to the whole ADHD thing.
And so I guess what I mean by don't call me in bullshit is don't call me just to shoot the shit for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once a week, let's call them bullshit. Yeah. Cool. But I'm busy. I got things going on. And don't take no offense to it, I'm busy. I got things going on. So it is. I don't have time to sit down and talk like that. You want to? Come over on Friday night. Let's sit down at the table, have a beer. I'd rather talk about it all.
Yeah. Like, dude,
do not call me.
I would rather.
That was for you.
Oh, look at she even says that I'll call it everybody. It's because I would rather. It's because I have ADHD.
And your text would be this fucking long.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's more exhausting for me to go.
I get it. And that's why I said it depends. Back to what Gat said, it depends because like if you're calling me like the podcast thing, we've made a couple phone calls the last couple of days. Had to talk about. We talked about our shit. We covered our grounds. You're like, all right, I'm gonna go take care of blah blah blah, and you boogie. You know what I'm saying? You didn't just keep me held up doing nothing on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate phone calls. Yeah, dude. I
You
I
get
don't
more
know,
phone calls than
man.
anyone I know. Liz, I fucking know. I know more than anybody in the world. You called me earlier, and I was on the phone with Draper. So I switched over, let him go pretty rudely. Hey, Steven's calling. Let me go into podcast stuff. Blah, blah. All right, bro. Answered your phone call. I'm on the phone with you. Tevin called. So we finished our call. I'm like, fuck, I called Tev back. So I called Tev back, got on the phone with Tevin. Mary FaceTime. So I pretty abruptly got off the phone with her. Called Mary. Hey, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. Well, Tevin, it's just.
Okay, what about
And it's nobody's fault because, like, you don't know I'm on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Tevin didn't know I'm on the phone. Mary didn't know I'm on the phone. Like, and so that's what I said. You can't take offense to that kind of stuff. It just, people are the way they are, you know. But
you let the phone ring through. Wow, I couldn't do that, dude. It would itch at me. It would be like,
at least silence it.
I wouldn't be able to let it.
You don't have to
ring.
bitch button, but you just silence it.
Like when you called me earlier, Tanner, I fucking silenced it, and then I waited a second and thought about it, and I was like, I should probably bitch button you. Bitch button you. So, because we were in the middle of doing this, I didn't have time to fucking talk on the phone. But yeah. So like you said, like, I can't. But I will say this: I agree with the whole call in to just bullshit thing. When I don't really. I rarely text people. I text my wife. I text you. I text my dad.
Yeah.
You know, and occasionally my mom. And
if I answer your call, I really like you. That's good because I think I was trying to get hold of Steven one day. I called you, and I think you answered.
There you go.
I'm in good standing.
There you go. I fucking
We're talking on the phone with someone. I can't read the situation through text ever. Yeah, that's because people have too much emotion in conversation sometimes.
It's hard to pick up on emotion through text sometimes.
Yeah, but you don't.
What do you mean you don't?
Don't try at all.
Just fucking be.
What's the word say? That's what the words say. You don't have to read into or read through or take things out of. What's the word say?
That's not how I do it.
That's why you guys stress about it.
I don't stress because every time I read, usually it's like la 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 la. I read it like in a happier tone, you know, like I just read it more like on a positive tone.
Raven rated us with a party of one 30 minutes ago.
I will always answer you, Travis.
Hell yeah.
What just happened?
Raven rated us 30 minutes ago.
Thank you for the raid. 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, the alert box isn't on this screen because we're using my thing. We didn't move the alert box over, so if we were on the game screen, the alert box would
let's go back up. Let's go back up to it. I let the shit ring and watch it. That is fucking
walk away.
That's sociopath shit.
Walk away when like it's done. She doesn't even like walk away to listen to it and come back when it's done.
She watches it, let it ring, and then walk away. Dude, that is gangster shit.
That is some shit.
Oh god, I love that we have this fucking chat rolling like this.
Maybe we should. You start freaking out. Yeah, I know, but it's not bad. It's not bad, right? Because like between me and Forgotten, right, we're close friends. So like you should keep the emotion out of it and go. Trav wants to talk. That's it. Even if it's like a negative or what you presume to be a bad situation or a bad conversation, we're friends, right? We're gonna be friends at the end of it. There's no reason you got to bring in emotion and get worked up over that text. Come over, we need to talk.
Oh, you know what? I guess I do get bummed out.
If I didn't, we need to talk, then we're not really that close of friends, right?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be concerned about having a conversation, or concerned about fixing things, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or whatever that situation might be.
When my boss texts me, I really fucking read it bad every time.
Tevin just called me and told him to hurry up because I was watching you guys. Liz, that is a change of events there. You rushing him off the phone. That is funny. But I strictly say don't call me. Don't call me. Yeah, and that's kind of like my general rule, right? You're probably going to get a hold of me better if you text me because I'll have a moment later to stop, read it, hurry up and respond. I don't typically have a lot of downtime other than like the evenings where I'm sitting there and can answer a phone. And then back to like the bullshitting thing. I got buddies that I don't see all the time. They don't hang out hardly ever, you know? And so it's like, I get, call me, let's bullshit for a little bit. But you know what? It's few and far between because we need it in our friendship,
Right.
But typically those same people, if they had the opportunity to stop over or do it in person, they would. And so I think for someone who feels like I ain't gonna call Travis to just bullshit with him for a little, been a little while since I talked to him, like just talk to him for a minute, those same people would be more than willing to come over and sit down and have a beer or whatever the case, and actually have a face-to-face conversation, hang out with each other, or whatever else. So
I'm just moving over here.
just you, Dr. Pepper. Yeah. My Red Bull.
Drinks. Everybody get your drinks.
Gotta get my Red Bull. Red Bull on Twitch. I just said we're on Twitch, Not sponsored, addicted. That's where I'm at with Red Bull.
You're addicted?
I just want people to be clear. I'm not sponsored. I'm addicted.
Oh, he's super. But I can say the same thing. My old. I should be sponsored by them. And they should sponsor me, like just for being alive. This is all I fucking consume ever.
90% of the time, Stephen walks in from work, he's talking to someone on the phone. Yeah, and you know what? For being someone who doesn't like being on the phone, I get many phone calls, especially at work.
Maybe that's why.
You know what's
maybe
worse for me
manifest
at
it.
work? Two phones. Two phones.
I get
right?
two phones. Yeah.
There was one day earlier in the year on the job, I think between me and the other crew lead on our work phones alone had gotten like 82 phone calls in a day. In a day.
That's fucking way too many.
And that wasn't even like, Mary might call me for this, or you might call me for this, whatever, throughout my work day. Draper, whoever. That was 82 phone calls between me and him on our work phones in a day.
That's
Hang
fucking
me.
too many. No, I don't
Hang
think they
me.
need to sponsor you. Yeah, they do. 100%. And I'll get a Dr. Pepper tattoo right here on my neck.
Squincher. Best shit in the world.
Squincher?
The popsicles, the little packets, whatever, dude. Give
What
me
are
all the
those?
squinchers.
What are
So-
those?
They're like rehydration shit.
Do you think that shit really works? Like, okay.
Yes,
Okay,
100%.
hold the fuck on. So there is apparently shit out there. Maybe this is one of them that hydrates you more than water.
Yeah.
How is that fucking possible?
Because water, well, I guess what you're asking, hydrate or rehydrate? Because like water doesn't rehydrate you quickly. You have to have water like.
I didn't know that there was
Continuously.
like a difference in
Yeah, so
between
like,
the two.
Yeah, so like if I was going like having some heat stroke outside, we're working outside right now, and I'm having heat stroke because I'm fucking like dehydrated. Water's not the go-to. You're gonna want some kind of like coconut fucking water or Pedialyte or Gatorade or something with the electrolytes to rehydrate me now, as opposed to water.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
And so squinchers come in like this little bag. They're like a little flat bag, dude. It's just like concentrate. You rip it open. You take a bottle of water. You pour it in this much, and you slam it. It's like a double shot. Really,
Okay.
it's about how big it is. Slam it down, and it's like the equivalent to a 32-ounce Gatorade.
I need those.
Yeah.
Because I need a
And they're
lot
great.
of
And they're
rehydration.
great. Yeah. So we would
I need some of
we would
those.
take a lot of those on our riding weekends.
Your riding weekends? What do you
Yeah,
mean
we
riding
go
weekends?
property up in Omer. We go for riding weekends, quads and side by sides and shit like that. And we'd go and we would get just first night was the drinking night, get obliterated, just obliterated, and we'd end our night like with 2, 3, 4 of those. Wake up the next morning like nothing.
How old are you talking? Like you do that now?
I would do that now, yeah. If I
And you wake
if
up fine?
yeah, oh yeah,
No way.
hell yeah,
No fucking way.
yes sir.
You're too old.
No,
You're too old.
No.
Hangovers are a for sure fucking thing for our age. Great for hangovers. There's no way. There's no way, dude. I can't believe
you gonna trust him?
I look. He's pretty trustworthy. But I'm just saying.
I think you should leave it like that. Hell yeah, leave it like that. I love it.
Look at this, huh? I'm gonna split it.
Make it more comfortable.
It makes me no amount of different comfort.
No amount of different comfort. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's
Man, is that
put your hands down. Professional hydration. Pedialyte, but a million times better. Yeah, it's fucking great. Water doesn't really have anything in it. Squincher has potassium, magnesium, exactly. Great for hangovers. I want you to note that again. It works. I give it to my special needs for extra hydration. Yep. Hangovers. It's my 7 to 10 business days for me.
Okay, that's real.
You got the fucking hangover prime. That's what you need.
That's yeah. The hangover plus. Pay $10 a month.
I never
Keep
drink
the
though. Yeah,
hangover.
I don't drink enough nowadays to ever even justify a fucking squencher. But man, they're so good and tasty, and they come in popsicles, dude. So at work we get them. So just safety, 24/7, work, home, and play.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Like when I was in here, I was looking at like potential hazards just for you because I'm aware of them.
The other day
Like
when it was
pointy corner right at you, and you're not even aware of it.
I know it's there. I just know that I'm.
But you'd forget.
I just know that I'm tougher than it. So yeah, I forget. Like this table would go ow if I hit it.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I was at work the other day. See, you would have a fucking meltdown then because I was at work and it was thunderstorming, raining hard as shit out in Millington, and I was working on an electrical fucking panel. That was scary.
Raining.
Yeah.
Working on electrical panel.
Yeah. Couldn't see much. Sitting in there. Drops are hitting my hand, hit me in the eye.
You should just cab up.
Fucking, what's a cab?
Your vehicle, the cab.
Oh, just get in. Yeah, I can't.
You
I had to
sit
get
there
the job
with the
done. Rain was gonna be there
No.
for a long time.
Nope.
See, that's
people over the pipe, baby.
yeah. I had no choice. I had to get it done. I had about an hour left on my job, so because I had another one to get to go work on fucking Freon out. Freezing fucking cold rain.
Cab up.
I hate my fucking
Cab up. See that? See that down there? The latest comment?
See?
That's what you do in the rain.
My dad's calling me. I don't know what to do right now.
Watch it rain and then walk away at the end of it.
It's bugging the fuck out of me. I always answer my dad's calls.
You would text him and let him know.
It's a good idea.
He doesn't think you're dead or something. Because you always answer the phone. There's always tomorrow, but there's not tomorrow if you get electrocuted working on a panel in the rain. You know?
Yeah, that's true. You get electrocuted on fucking 200 amps coming into the fucking service panel.
You're a burger.
You're let's say you don't have ankles anymore. You blow them bitches clean off.
Explosion, you'd be losing more than a jacket at that point in time. Golly. That's insane. Anybody in chat have a fun question? You want us to keep going on our list? Shoot something at us. Tomorrow isn't promised. Get that electrical panel done today in the rain.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's how they and where I fucking do my bill that. That's what they fucking do.
You are wild.
He gave me a thumbs up. Okay. Do your fucking parents use emojis?
No.
No?
No.
This is just my dad. Actually, Leslie's dad uses emojis too. My mom will just text me like a normal human, but my dad gives me thumbs up and smiley emojis. Makes me feel fucking weird. Coming from my dad. he's like happier nowadays than he used to be. Than when I used to drive him fucking crazy, dude.
Used to?
Yeah.
You don't anymore?
Not as much because I'm not their problem.
Well, nice.
As much.
All right, so a few seconds ago, we got Sad Boy gifting a tier 1 sub to Redbeard. Appreciate that. I'm going to go over here and try to see if I can't catch up on some of these notifications while we might get a chatter to send us a question. Holy Moses, that went too fast.
Just fucking grab that, pull it down. Boom. Oh, shit. Made us bigger. Boom. There you go.
Okay, so we got the bits, Mary with the like, Liz with the like. Then we'll go back up here. Raven with the raid. Tanner, that's his second gifted, actually. My apologies. Hit him with that. Thank you. Gifted tier 1 from the Thor.
Wow, you had to fucking really pull that one out from deep, huh?
Well, I was telling
Watch this.
Tanner.
Ready? Hey. Thanks, Tanner. You know, a little bit for those bits and subs. That was kind of cool. Fuck you, Tanner! Fuck you!
Oh, Lord. I love it. Gat just got the popcorn. All right, so I'm taking that popcorn as... All right, there we go. Never mind. What is your dream vacation?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Dude, you know what? I don't necessarily think it's a dream vacation because I've been on it twice. But Myrtle Beach, dude, I fucking love Myrtle Beach. Like if I had to pick a place to go, Myrtle Beach. I wouldn't want to leave the state. I don't care to.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like I get raped. I feel like there'd be some serious raping going on with this junk in the trunk that I got going on back here. So I just stay in the States, so if it does happen, at least we have good hospital. You know. But Myrtle Beach would be the place that I would fucking go, I think. What's the biggest accomplishment? Wow.
No, Myrtle Beach, fuck no. I hate it. My dream vacation, I think I would go, I mean, based off experience, I would go back to Jamaica for sure. But that's not one that you get to explore kind of all on your own. You kind of want to do the resort,
but isn't
stay on the resorts and do.
I was gonna say, isn't
trash everywhere else?
Yeah.
But it's beautiful there. And I don't know. I think to answer that question honestly, my dream vacation would be something that I don't even know yet. You know what I'm saying? Like something that I'm not even imagining. Like, I mean, I can imagine all the things that I probably would like, or probably would like to go to, or probably would like to go experience, or whatever the case. But I want my dream vacation to be something that, like, it's just kind of like thrown out there. Like, I had no idea that I even would have liked these things, but now that I'm here doing this thing,
They're
whatever
amazing.
it is, whatever I'm doing, it's the greatest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
I think yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You
It's
know?
totally fair to say.
Well, it takes me back to like, being a kid, right? Like the first time you're at Cedar Point, you know, like,
Right.
amusement park, and you're like, okay, I know there's roller coasters and stuff like that.
First time
But then
you-
you go and you're like, man, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
My parents first took me to Tennessee, and we're in the cabins and doing this and driving through the mountains and all sort of fun stuff. It's like I can imagine what mountains are. I can see them in my head, you know.
Mhm.
But then when you're there, it's just like, man, it's a wild thing.
Alaska would be cool. I would be cool, but
I love Alaska. I think I'd love Alaska.
I want to go in a cabin there, Hawaii. Yeah,
Real quick, Austin, appreciate that like and share.
Ireland would be yours.
We
That's
don't-
good.
Ireland, yeah.
That's good.
Hell yeah.
I think
Dilly-dilly.
so a place that I would like so we're talking about a place that if you had to pick anywhere you would go there. Myrtle Beach is definitely mine. But a place that I would like to visit, I would love to go see like Scotland and Greece and like check out like the agricultures and shit like that, or like
Leslie just said Greece.
like because Greece is a picture's a picture because I've never
Yeah.
actually seen it in person. But in terms of what I can say that it's probably true that Greece looks like fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
You know.
So for me
Like,
too, like if I go back to like, so we went to North Carolina to see my sister, right? Spent some time down there. Well, she's in North Carolina. For me, $2 million when you have a snail chasing you for the rest of your life, touches you, dying, you can't kill it. Taking it? Fuck yes, 100% taking that bitch.
100 million because of the snail.
Yep, and I just
Yeah.
can't touch it, so I'm just gonna set a cup on top of
100%.
it. 100 million in the pocket. But anywho,
What if you can eat the cup
well, I get another one. Solo cups are cheap.
for 100 million? You could stack a
You know how
lot
many
of cups
solo
on
cups?
them.
Traffic cone. Traffic cone and tape the top.
I would just
You
make.
never get out.
I would just like be like, hey, if I give me $100 million, I can't touch it. I'd be like, hey, Travis, hold this snail for the rest of your life, and I'll give you 50 million.
That's a point. I'd be down with that.
Right? You just put it in your pocket.
Yep, 100%. I'd do that shit for real. But yeah, back to the vacation things. So it's like spur of the moment kind of things that catch me off guard. So for example, in North Carolina, whatever, we're right there by North Carolina University, Duke's right there. For me, that was a huge rivalry, things like that when I got into college basketball growing up. And so for me, it was really cool to drive up there and just go through the shop and things like that. And, you know, see where some of my fucking early role models played, things like that. You know, walking through North Carolina University and you're going to the shop and stuff like that, and you look over and you're across the street from where like Michael Jordan would have played and shit like that. Like that's
Pretty cool.
That shit's cool to me
Yeah.
because that's what I'm into, you know.
Right.
So it's like it wasn't even like this huge planned vacation. We were just staying with Alyssa, you know, hanging out, seeing the family for a little while. I was like, hey, 20-minute ride here.
Yeah, you
20-minute
just
ride
did
there.
that, right? That was just
Yeah, not too long. About a year ago, I guess.
I thought you just went. I thought you just went and seen her like
we did
a couple months ago.
Yeah, we did for her first birthday, but that's
A different time.
the visit before.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but like Duke University is fucking great. You said Greece with like the agriculture, this and that, and all the buildings and blah. Well, it's still that old Catholic like Duke University. Like, these buildings are fucking huge and like all this. Like it was really cool. Really cool. But I didn't plan on that, so it kind of caught me off guard. So it was like that much more.
Yeah, like something you weren't expecting would definitely come across. I understand what you're saying.
Yep.
Oh, like, this is really fucking cool. I think man, I'm trying to think if there's something. I mean, Cedar Point, obviously, yeah, that would be something for me that came across like that. I'll tell you what, when I went to Wisconsin and seeing the bluffs, because you don't have bluffs out here, mountains and shit like that, that was pretty fucking cool to me. I was like, well, that's because they're very unique.
For me, it's like when I say Jamaica, it's not even like the ocean.
Right.
Being on the ocean. Like, it was cool being on an open front beach bar kind of thing, a whole nine, and drinking all night, and you're walking from the dance floor right onto the sand and back and forth. And like, that's cool. But like, it's the little stuff, you know, like sitting down and talking to some of the workers, not as workers, but like they're leaving for the night to go kind of fucking clock out and do their thing. They stop at the smoking area because you're just there still at 3 a.m. And they stop and start talking to you about some shit. And who are they as people? That's the kind of shit that makes my vacations worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Little shit like that. Like Tennessee, even. We go to Tennessee, cabin, fucking crazy, you know, awesome, big old fucking cabin with projector screens and the pool tables and all sort of stuff. Then you go on the strip and you got all these fun little shops to go to and all this stuff, and that's cool. But like me and Tevin got really big into like, not even like the big name waterfalls, but like if we're just driving, whatever, we see these little waterfalls, let's just stop because me and Tevin want to find the top. I just want to see what's up there. I want to see the water's coming from. I want to see what's up there. And so we might fall off and die, but we might not.
Like it piques your curiosity type of thing. Like you're like, oh, wonder when. Like if you see something like an old building, oh, wonder when this was built. Or what went on in this old building. Or, you know. But yeah, like I get it.
It's all that little shit that's inside the vacations that you don't actually plan.
Yeah.
You know, it's not part of the agenda is stopping at every waterfall you see to climb to the top.
I agree. Tax free, 100 mil, always. Yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah.
He's got to hold the fucking snail.
The rest of my life,
All
dude.
tax free.
In my pocket at that.
He'll sew it. He'll sew it to your hand. Where would you sew a snail to? If you had, so because you're not going to hold it. That means you basically don't get to use that hand.
So if I had to sew a snail to me, where would I sew him?
Yeah. Like your back, and it'd just be like a lump. Yeah.
I think I'd put it in the back of my knee. How big a snail are we talking?
A fucking. It's got to have a little girth to her. The back of your knee.
Fuck yeah. Squish him right in there, dude. Squish him right in there. Look, he ain't gonna fucking die. Do what I gotta do. Your fuck, he's out of the way.
Is he? Can you? Like,
you look at me like it's a bad idea. Where the fuck would you sew him?
I'm just. No, I'm not looking at it like it's a bad idea. I just think it's fun because I'm picturing it like you know the pads that catchers have, like knee saver pads.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picturing the snail acting as like a knee saver.
Well, maybe he is. I don't know. The experience members what it's all about. Yes, exactly. Billy, your hat. I don't wear a hat enough, and I have to keep them on me. That's the rule. But for like Tevin, if Tevin was the almighty snail holder, yeah, he could do that every fucking day. I'm convinced Tevin sleeps in a hat.
Dude, hey Tevin, never shave your face again. I think you scare people.
He has to every year.
Dude, that's so sad.
Once a year.
It's sad. It's sad because he grows a fantastic beard.
I know.
And then he looks like a pedophile after.
Well, I think everybody does after having facial hair, right? I mean,
no. I mean, do I look like a pedophile right now?
You have some facial hair still.
Okay, but if I shave this,
you have like 10 times the amount Tanner has. You should see him try to grow it.
Yeah, that's fine. He's still a baby.
It looks like it took someone with a nice beard and stuck him in a lawnmower.
Dude, speaking of lawnmowers,
I like where this is going.
My wife hit a rock yesterday with ours. Bent the blade
Down or up?
down.
So just
It was digging into the ground.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I unbent it though.
Did you?
Fuck a new
Take it
blade.
up and beat up.
Fuck a new blade. This fucking grabbed my channel lock and was like, fucking bent it right back up. Started mowing again.
Get it off the ground. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Good to go.
And things are thick. Those blades are no joke. I thought I was gonna be able to walk over and just fucking bend it, yeah. And I fucking started my like I didn't move. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, all
right.
We're gonna get fucking real here. What? What happened?
I said his facial hair looks like someone stuck him in a lawnmower.
Oh, and now he's saying what the
Yeah. He was trying to have a conversation with me the other day about his beard, and he said something about, it's just really thin, it's not like it's patchy, it's just really thin. And I'm like, dude, there's no hair there.
There's spots where I've like a little
It's not even the same.
No,
even
it's
the same.
not. This look like they grow long, right? Isn't that what it is?
Well, they don't
grow
have to if you just
really
cut 'em
long,
off.
and it looks like an old man's nutsack.
With his supple skin that he has still at 20 years
Just
old.
fucking.
Oh,
I know, honey. I know you were trying to do something nice, and I said I appreciate it. It's all good.
Mary and her mother push mowed my entire yard the other day.
That's what we have. Is a push mower.
My entire yard. Mary and her mother.
That's a good job. Well done. What is that a surprise? Like
Yeah.
part like 'cause I know you don't got a small yard by any means, but
Yeah, like she doesn't do any of the outside work.
do you wait? Hold on. Do you okay? Do you have a rider?
No, I do, but it got a pop tire and shit like that right now, so it was down. So she
Oh.
push mowed the front initially to make it look okay, whatever, doing all that work in the back, blah blah blah. Well, then they went out and they cleaned it up the next time it needed to mow. She was doing the front, and her mom came over with her mower and they like double push mowed the backyard.
Just thumped her right out, huh?
They thumped her out. That's
Right on.
it's very impressive to me
There you go.
because my ass ain't going to push mow it.
You're gonna push mow it? I push mow this bitch. My front yard's smaller though.
I ain't
So.
push mowing.
And
Yeah,
the
push mow.
grass was thick. I just do that. Just went to my old house.
He told me that morning he didn't think I could do it, so naturally I had to prove him wrong.
Yeah, and she did. She got fucking 90.
How long was it?
What, the
How-
grass?
yeah.
It was pretty tall.
Hmm.
It was pretty tall. She did great.
She didn't even see the rock.
No, she didn't. She definitely didn't see the rock. No, that's what I told her on the phone. She was like, "Oh, I'm so like," and I'm like, "Honey, it's okay. Like, I'm not mad. Not mad
That's
about
what the
it.
blade. That's what
Not
they're
mad.
for.
Well, it'll be alright."
Yeah.
I knew that I was gonna come home and just rig it if I had to. It wasn't a big deal. Fuck buying a new blade. Just take that blade off and let it just loop around. You stand in one place for a little bit.
Cut the bent side off. Fuck it.
But no,
Where'd you buy
then I
the
had to
blade?
take it and go to my uncle's house, or my old house, right?
Mhm.
Dude, no shit. The grass in his backyard, because he's had like a lot of problems, cancer, all this shit, and so it's hard for him to do things. And a guy was supposed to come mow his lawn, but he never did. So I
Nice
told him
guy.
I'd get to it. Yeah, I told him I'd get to it this week, and I was just had a busy week, and it wasn't until yesterday that I was able to get over there. And the grass was literally up to my hip, dude. It was that fucking tall, up to my hip, and I push mowed. I'm gonna talk about that. Yeah. It took me. It's a small yard, and it took
man.
me. I don't know, honey. How long did it take me? Fucking like 2 hours, maybe. And in a yard that can be push mowed in like 45 minutes, if it's
That's crazy.
even if you're not fucking doing that the whole time. Dude, it was crazy fucking. What else you got out there?
Mary is gonna, I guess, turn the conversation a little bit. Mary wants to know. I say Mary. She wrote these. That's why I say Mary. Tell us about playing football together in high school. Did you guys get along?
Right.
Did you like each other? Were you friends outside of football? Be honest.
Talk about high school and me and you.
All right there. Tell us about playing football together in high school. Did you guys get along? Did you like each other? Were you friends outside of football?
I'm sorry. I was just reading that. Someone else called me and fucking said I look even more like Krusty.
Hey, Bliss, rated with a party of 4. Appreciate you, Bliss. How'd your stream go, baby?
Blitzburg.
You have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow.
All right, so in high school, I never didn't like you. You know, like I was.
Yeah.
We definitely weren't best friends.
No.
We definitely didn't really talk.
No, yeah. So yeah, that question, were you friends outside of football? Not really.
No.
Not really. But it wasn't a dislike or anything like that. We
No.
just had different friends and did different things. But no, not really. We actually weren't even really friends until like 2 years ago or whatever it is now. Year and a half, 2 years, something like that.
A year.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years. Yeah, because me and Leslie will be married for 2 years this November.
Yeah.
So
And that's about when it was. So yeah, we weren't even friends up until really that point.
yeah,
But it wasn't a dislike or anything like that. It was just different.
he was always yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, like I never had anything bad to ever say about you.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Yeah, he was a good guy. Different cliques. Yeah, I mean, Travis was with like the hillbillies. You know,
Can you spell Everline a hillbilly? That's fair. That's fair.
100%, 100%.
That's fair. That's fair. Playing together in high school, did you guys get along? I mean, I felt like we were just, your normal teammates. Like I said, we did not like each other, so we didn't have that going on. And we had a common goal of trying to win football games. Didn't win a lot of them, but we had a common goal. And did we like each other? I guess on the field, yeah. I don't see any huge explanations unless there's deeper questions there. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I definitely.
I liked it when he was on the field during pass plays because I was typically open. You know, ran a good route. He would take some of the heat from other people keying on him, and I was open. So, and as long as the ball got there, I'd catch it. So
I always so you can definitely understand this. I always looked at you in terms of football as like the Wes Welker. You know, like back in his early stage when he just started becoming Tom Brady's like fucking number one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was always super reliable. That was the thing. Like people, you if the pass got in your way, you caught it. It was like oh yeah, Travis was reliable, and that was and then it was also you were reliable when it came to like blocking and shit like that.
yeah. Honestly though, I had more fun blocking.
Yeah,
It was so much more fun.
Laying people coming across and laying people.
I would headbutt the shit up. I'd like just smashing my face mask into it. It's surprising, right? Like if someone just come up and like smash their face mask into yours and you're not expecting it, like it doesn't hurt, but it's just like loud and like what the fuck was that? You know? So it's like I love that part of it. I was there and I'd get right on their shoulder pads instead of blocking them and stock blocking. I'd pull them right into me. Just fucking. It was so fun. It was great.
I was very selfish during football.
You were overworked.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say. I fucking had to be.
Yeah, they asked you to do a lot. I think at some point you would have had maybe double the career that you did have had they lessened your workload. If that makes sense.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You can only push it back so hard.
I never came off the field. Ever.
No.
Not fucking once.
No.
Kick returns, punt returns, defense, offense, fucking everything.
When I finally came I finally come off kickoff and I'm like, that is fantastic. Come over here, get a water, catch my breath, and do kickoff.
I guess kickoff. I wasn't on fucking kickoffs? I don't know. I just know I was on the field all the fucking
time. Okay. He put the hat back on. I was just kidding with him. He's too hard on himself.
I put the hat back on.
He would have anyways.
Right now,
I'm at this baby shower. They have cards for advice for the mommy and to be. Any advice from you, Trav? For the mommy? You want me to give advice to a mommy to be? That's what you're asking me right now? One day at a time. Soak it all in. Even the bad days are good days. That's what
It's
I
great. Get it a tablet.
Get it a tablet. Oh my Jesus. Oh, Leslie says, what podcast do you guys like watching or listening to?
Oh, my favorite is I got two. I like The Fighter and the Kid. And that's
King and the Sting, man. You
the
got
King,
man,
the King, the Sting, and the Sword.
Yeah.
That's what it's called now.
Yeah,
Because it's Theo Von, Brandon Schwab, and Chris D'Elia. I fucking love Chris D'Elia. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. He's a stand-up comedian. I think he's like Theo Von is the same way. I think him and Chris are funnier on podcasts than they are on stage. Funny on stage, but on podcasts, it's like a different environment. And they're around people that they're comfortable with, and they're interacting with people they're comfortable with, so they're just shitting on each other all the time. It's fucking great. I fucking love it.
What I think I like about Chris D'Elia in that podcast is that you take a comedian who is used to kind of a one-man show and being the funny guy and doing those things. Not that he's not, right? He's hilarious. He adds all of that to that podcast. But I like that Chris D'Elia is able to back off and like, even on a stupid ass question, like, let me throw some logic out here, you know? Like, if we think about it like this, you know, like, he gets to that, like, smart side of him, you know, and he taps into that. It's pretty cool.
That's something that you don't see, because his stand-up is more like dumbed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it is. He's expressing a different side of him.
Yeah.
I happen to like that side.
Yeah.
And the same thing with
like him, but then you're like, oh, who's this Chris D'Elia? I didn't know this Chris D'Elia, but now all of a sudden I do, and it's good.
No, they're fucking great. I love when Chris D'Elia makes fun of Brian Callen. It's almost like how we make fun of Drake. So,
sorry, I've forgotten.
Dude, he'll be on this bitch, I guarantee. And you'll be here so we can make fun of you.
Yep. Eventually.
But it's all love. That's what it is.
It is. It comes from that love spot in my heart for you. That's
because they feed off each other. It's all about energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what it is. It's absolutely. It's definitely about. It's about like they're just very similar.
Yeah.
You know, even though like I said, like Brian and Chris, because I know them, so I'm gonna call them by their first names. Chris. And like when they make fun of each other, it's very similar how they make fun of each other. Yeah. It's like the jokes and how they bring the jokes about. It's similar. Like they lead into it. It's good. I fucking love it. So y'all need to go check them out. I mean, after you gotta watch our stuff first, and then go check them out. And then the king, the good one is the king. No, how does it go?
King and the Sting.
King, the Sting. Why was I thinking? The King, the Sting, and the Wing. That's what it is.
The Wing.
King, the Sting, and the Wing. Yeah, not the sword. Maybe it's the sword. I don't fucking know. King.
Can't forget about Zayn and Heath.
Oh yes.
Unfiltered.
Yes, unfiltered. Unfiltered. Do you know who Zayn and Heath are? Do you know who David Dobrik is?
Yes.
Okay, so David Dobrik, super famous YouTuber. Everybody knows him. Along his ways, he's brought a lot of his friends up, and two of them are Zayn and Heath, and they're our age, and they're fucking. I really like their podcast because the light that David brings makes everybody like seem like at this like they're all like these rich people, shit like that. You know what I mean? And these guys are like real dudes, and it's cool to watch them. It's cool. They're funny too, and they do a lot of wild shit.
Check them all out. Yeah. Sad Boy asked, "What's your biggest dream?" But he asked a question earlier. We were talking about something else. We didn't answer that question, but I think he asked, "What is your greatest accomplishment or biggest accomplishment?" Mine's very simple. It's my family.
Yep.
My family. And the details of that could go, 7 million different directions. But I guess I'll just pick one. You know, the fact that they're growing into little girls and they're getting older and things like that, and they're doing well and they're smart and all sorts of stuff is kind of a testament to, you know, how you are as parents and things like that. Not to say that like they could probably do most of it on their own because they're just smart, but they're girls. But yeah, you look back on that, see how they're growing and things like that, and then you have a great sense of pride in what they're becoming and things like that. And then as far as when I say family, my marriage too. Um, Really, my biggest accomplishment personally is changing the things I needed to change and being the person I needed to be a better husband, be a better father, be a better all of these things to then be in this position to say my greatest accomplishment is my family. And what's so cool about that accomplishment in and of itself is that you can feel greater and greater and greater and greater pride as life goes on, as long as you keep doing the right things. So it's my greatest accomplishment right now, and a few years or weeks or maybe a few hours down the road, it's going to feel like my greatest accomplishment again because I was able to do something else that was a good husband or a good father or something like that.
It's a never-ending
yeah
thing. Like
yeah.
you were always it's something that you can always improve and always as long as you're moving in the correct direction, you can always feel good about it. I was gonna say I would say the same thing with my family. Definitely, my kid is fucking awesome. She's oh, I know I'm super biased because she's my kid, but to me, she is super funny. I love the humor, like, and that's something that I love. What my family has behind closed doors is the humor side of us. Like, when we're all laughing and joking, it's so much fun.
Yeah, the world slows down.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And then definitely my wife is finding someone that can handle my bullshit as much as I can handle hers, and that we can drag our asses through the mud together and we're not giving up. That's the fucking dude. It's like you don't know. So when you grow up and you're going through high school and college and everything like that, and you're meeting these people, these women, and how I always felt was like, if I mess up one time, they're gone.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It's so nice to have that person that I could fuck up, and I just feel like she's always gonna be there. And it's reassuring as shit.
Because that's kind of what society says, right? I mean, society tells women don't put up with that shit, and society tells men don't put up with that shit, and so you get these relationships that are very, very fragile over one thing. And you know what imperfect people should be allowed to do, and by allowed, I don't mean allowed to do over and over and over again, or on purpose, or with the intent to hurt, but we got to be allowed to fuck up and make a mistake.
Yeah.
Because we're imperfect, you know? Yeah. And so when you find somebody who can match your understanding in just being imperfect themselves, ride it out. It can be a beautiful thing. And at the end of it, dude, you're all black and blue and you fought through it and everything else, and you're left there standing.
It's not about the fight.
No,
it's about what happens after. You know?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that has held me and Leslie together, is because we fight. We fucking fight. We have disagreements. We think very differently, which in some cases is super fun and super cool. In some cases, fucking super annoying. Okay? Yeah. You know, honestly. But after the fucking smoke is cleared, we always sit down and we, at the very least, try to understand each other.
And to your point, like the disagreements and things like that, and I don't even like to use disagreements anymore, but like how you see things differently. And I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's something serious, if it's something stupid, if it's something funny, something whatever. If you really just hone in and embrace how your significant other sees something or understands something or what they think about something or a random thought they had or whatever, and you just understand it first, and like that come from this person, and this is how she came to that understanding, or this is why she thinks this, whatever else, they become a more beautiful person because there's just an extra layer thrown in there of like, wow, that's interesting. You know, you don't have to agree with it.
Yep.
It's interesting though. See how they got there.
Yo,
if you had $1 million, what would you spend it on? My serious answer is probably everybody else other than myself. I would probably take care of everybody that I could. And by that I mean like all my closest people, you know what I'm saying? I would pay shit off and
you're way nicer than me.
Put them in fucking a better scenario or something like that. I mean, not that I wouldn't set something aside for me and my family or whatever else, or take care of myself, you know, pay off my own house and shit like that too. But I would do whatever I could to make those closest to me their lives easier.
You're way nicer than me.
I'm just saying. No,
I would buy us a studio. For real, I would buy
Yeah.
a fucking studio, and then I would fix what needs to be fixed in any sort of finance. You know, if I need to fix anything financially, or improve anything financially, and then I would improve the house, and then I would try to just put a bunch of it away just for peace
Yeah.
of mind.
Yeah.
You know, just leave
Yep.
it, not just go crazy.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what I would do.
Shower starting soon. Gotta go. Love, 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 love. What two things can you never eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Imperfections make perfection in the eyes of the one who
Hey,
loves you.
can we? Did that fucking person just get kicked?
Who?
You didn't see that pop up?
No. What happened? What happened?
Huh. I don't know. This is unable to connect. It was a fucking.
I banned him.
There we go. She was quick as fuck. It was there. It was gone.
She was on it. A bot. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Imperfections make perfection in the eye of the one who loves you. You believe that?
No.
No? Why?
No, because the one that loves me can hate what's imperfect about me.
Yes, but the one who loves you, you got to get outside of the box of perfection, right? I'm not talking about perfection in the Webster's dictionary, what it means to be perfect, right? So imperfections make perfection in the eyes of the one who loves you. And so I guess to me, even if it's something I don't really love in Mary, she wouldn't be perfectly Mary if she didn't have
I got you.
Mary's
I
imperfections.
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And what might be an imperfection to you is not an imperfection to her or somebody else.
I got you. That makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah. Motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
All sassy with me. You're sassy at me because Raven banned your bot.
I'm not fucking. That's not my bot. I didn't have that bot.
It's not my bot. Oh, Lord. Okay. You ready? What's your least favorite thing about your wife? Let me answer first.
Least favorite thing. She's out there. She's lit. She's tuning the fuck in right now.
She's listening hard.
I wish that she would stop giving a shit what everybody fucking thinks.
About
just
her, about
Yeah, and just like she like I know that she's afraid to
live and let live.
Yeah, she's afraid to like do things like we just kind of actually talked about it this morning where she has all these really cool TikToks that she's made and stuff like that, and she's just afraid to post them. And I'm like, dude, fucking post them. You know what I mean? Fuck what other people think. If people are coming in there and they're fucking saying mean shit, guess what? Turn your ears off to it. You don't gotta fucking listen to it. You know what I mean? I think that she could be happier if she just stopped. Not saying that she's unhappy, but you know, she could be happier if she stopped. You better think before you answer. I think if she stopped giving a fuck what everybody around her thinks, and just you know, in situations like that, because there's certain times where you have to care what people think, you know.
Yeah,
but
there's a balance.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but for the most part, you can just tell people to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, do you?
None of you. I'll never say that to any of you in the chat. Don't go fuck yourself.
I think my least favorite thing would be Mary's memory. We have a lot of the same conversations multiple times sometimes because she like just forgets. That's frustrating.
She forgets? I thought you were gonna say you forget.
No, she forgets. She forgets things a lot.
I forget things a lot. Maybe that's what Leslie.
But
It's meant
as
to
I
be.
become a better husband, I start to understand that she's also got a lot to remember. So if something slips her mind, it slips her mind. So that's Not even something that like she's got to change, but like I'm slowly changing. Like if she forgets we have a conversation, instead of being frustrated about the conversation, I go, yeah, well, she was chasing kids around all day, doing this, doing that, and then she worked and did 6 massages and this and that, blah blah blah. She's over here doing this, then went and got groceries, come back over here and did this, and then when she got home, she got on here and paid 7 bills and did this and that. Well, so I understand. I understand. What's your favorite thing about your wife?
Favorite thing. Okay. So, all my life, the one thing I wasn't normal in terms of when people were like, "What do you want to be when you get older?" And my answer was always, "I want to be a dad."
Yeah.
Okay, it was always my answer. And my favorite thing about her is how good of a mom she is. How I feel very blessed to have found a partner that just handles being a mom. Just face if she could handle all her problems like she does being a mom, there is nothing in this fucking world that she wouldn't be able to accomplish. And it's I think it's so cool. And you know what's crazy? She doesn't even think she always thinks that she's doing bad.
Yep.
And that's how I know that she's good, because she's always worrying about being the best mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I got 2 answers, I guess. But like my favorite thing as like a husband, because the question is specifically about the wife side of it. My favorite thing about her as a wife is her heart. She's very sweet. She doesn't give herself credit. She always sees people who, like everybody else sees as like a sweet person. You know, they're just a sweet person. Oh, she's like, well, I'm working on that. I can blah blah blah. But she is. She's really sweet. She loves hard, and it's really it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. She's really good at showing you she loves you. She's really good at making it very apparent that she's your supporter. You know, and then once you're in her little love box, you're just there. And so it makes me feel really good. It makes my days go a little easier when you know that somebody loves you. You know.
Yeah.
But then beyond that, like her person is her drive and her dedication. When she sets her mind to something, she'll do it no matter how she has to do it.
Yeah.
You know. And that was even like her getting her massage therapy license. You know, doing that, going through school was hell on her one, because I wasn't really all that supportive of it, because it was a bad time of her life. I didn't think it was a good timing for it. Blah blah blah. So I was being a shitbag for most of that. So she had that on top of everything else that it brought. And what that brought was, you know, she's going to school in Saginaw at the point in time. We're living in Clio, so she's got to make that drive first of all. And in between there, she's got to find someone to drop the kids off at 7 a.m. pick them up afterwards. Blah 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 blah. And so just doing all that running and all this bullshit that come with just needing to go to school was, you know, she made it happen. She scheduled it up. She made the drives. She did all that. She worked it out, and that's kind of that. Her driving her dedication to something. When she gets it set in her mind, she'll do it. And she comes up with a way to do it. Pretty cool.
That's a good answer.
Pretty cool.
I think you passed with that answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you passed. I think you.
Oh, pass and fail. Well, I mean, that's about all of our questions. There's a couple more. You want to do that? I mean, we're at 2 hours. We got viewers. You guys got any questions? You guys got anything you want us to talk about? You got any thoughts? Anything? Because if not, I think we're at a good place to maybe wind down a little bit. Wind down and call her a day. But
we got 2 minutes to put a question on the board.
2 minutes.
Ding 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 ding. No, dude, how come you're not playing Ark with me?
Ark?
Yeah. I thought you loved it.
I'm playing Rocket League. I love it for like 40 minutes at a time.
I know.
I love it for 40 minutes at a time.
I love the game.
And then I just run around and hit trees with my rock. That's all I do.
I fucking love the game, dude.
That's it, man. That's all I do. I wonder.
I seen you. Were you guys playing in a private match?
Rocket League?
Yeah. Last night.
Yeah, we can get
the 3 of you.
We get a lot of people up in there. We can do that.
It was like you, Derek, Tanner, was it Jake, and
last
Kevin
night?
and
Last night was me. Oh, crap, it was me, Derek, Tevin, Jacob, Brandon, Bruder played for a minute. There was 4 or 5 of us. I think there was five of us. And then there was 6 of us for a moment. Derek had to go eat dinner. He come back, and then there was me, Derek, Draper, and Brandon playing 4s for a little while. But yeah, I think you can get 8, maybe even more in Rocket League and Customs because food like that, and they're fun, dude. Fun to beat up on each other.
Oh, Rocket League is a fun game for sure.
Hell yeah.
I'm just doing arc.
Yeah,
That's the problem. I'm playing a game right now that I feel like most people don't watch.
DZ asked, he's like, "Where's Steven at?" I lost. He's on an art grind, dude. When you got an art
It's a
grind,
fucking grind.
It's on an art grind. That's what
Happens
doing.
once a year. Once a year I play that game. And they can't because they
Once
come
a
out.
year?
Yeah, they come out with a new map every year, and I play it. And I fucking
That's funny.
hammer it down. Me and Jeff Foxby always play it. He was drunker than fuck last night. It was hilarious.
Was it?
Yeah.
Good to watch.
I didn't stream it. What are you trying to do?
I don't have access to access my own page. Access my own page.
That's gonna double play. You better mute it.
Access my own page.
Bro, that's gonna double. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get over to my this so that we can do this when it's time.
Gotcha.
If we have that, or maybe someone random. I don't know. We'll see who's on. What is your all-time favorite movie? That's so hard. There's so many movies that I love. All-time
I'm actually interested to hear this stuff.
for me.
That's a good question. That's a good question, Liz.
It is a good question because I don't know. It's really hard to whittle it down to one because I go to like actors and stuff. So I go to like Jim Carrey, right? And like going comedy, like Liar Liar is fantastic. He just acts an ass in that one. Ew.
Like, don't even think about it. Like if there was a movie that you wanted to watch right now, what would it be?
Friday Night Lights.
That's a fucking movie.
Love that movie.
That is a good movie.
I remember the Titans.
Good movie too.
My 2 go-tos. Just watch over and over again.
I don't even know. That's hard. That's a hard question.
It is.
Movie that I could just watch a lot. Talladega Nights.
That's a good movie.
I could watch that all the time.
It is a good movie.
I would say that's probably my favorite. All right, I think it's time to close her down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we were planning for an hour or so.
Yeah, I think
2
we will
hours
too.
is good. We don't want to wear it out.
So I appreciate all of you. I appreciate the bits, Tanner. I appreciate the follows, the likes, the shares, all that stuff. It's
Yeah, I can go through the whole
awesome for
list
you
just
guys. Come in and hang
great
out.
success.
For the first run of our live podcast, they'll always be live when we do them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was awesome. I think I had a lot of fun. No, the Friday Night Lights is with Tim McGraw. Yeah, he's a dick.
Yep, he is. Big old dick. Big
So-
old dick. But anywho, our ask for you guys now is going forward, since we're going to be doing lives, keep in mind that we're Saturdays. We try to shoot for Saturday afternoons most of the time. Maybe
Yeah.
Saturday mornings even a little bit.
Yeah.
Noonish.
We'll try to.
We're
We're gonna try. I think it's good that we'll try to stream because most of you guys play games.
Yeah.
So we'll try to stream or do our podcast
Opposite
earlier
that, yeah.
so that you guys can watch us, and then you can go do your gaming or your own streaming or anything like that.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
not gonna.
So I think right now to maybe like set a schedule tentatively, we're going to be shooting for probably Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Early afternoon, somewhere in there. So be looking for it. And so that ask then is that you guys just keep in mind that this is coming your way every week, and help us help the content if you could, and just shoot us some questions, get some ideas together. And we don't care what they are. I think today went a lot more serious than we thought it was going to for the most part. But I'm cool with it, and that's why we call it OnlyVibes, because we vibe at anything. So serious, funny, stupid, whatever. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out there. Let's have some conversation about whatever it is. Oh, there's Timmy with a raid. Megan with a like. Appreciate you, Timmy.
What the hell?
I don't know, man. I was getting ready to raid you, Timmy. So now here we are.
Jimmy, go stream again. We're gonna raid you.
We're bringing everybody over there. So yeah, if you guys could, we're gonna go over here and try to find someone to raid real quick. It might be a team member. It is early. I don't know who would be on. We got Outlaw Foot, Lenny. We can go do Lenny.
Lenny's good.
Lenny Dark Cloud. We're
In
gonna go over
arc,
there.
baby.
And there's some arc for you, yeah. So if you could, arc might not be your game. I understand that more than anybody. But jump in this raid, run over there, at least show them some love. You ain't got to stay all day if you don't want to, but at least show them some love, give them some views, and go that route, bro. I'm starving. I feel you, dog. I feel you.
At least say hey.
Yeah, at least drop in there and say hey. Let them know who sent you. We'll try to meet you over there for a minute on the mobile. But yeah, until next time, I think, are you gaming tonight? You going to stream tonight?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I'll stream, but I'll definitely play
Well,
games.
I'll be streaming again tonight, some video games, probably some Rocket League. We'll get Andrew up there with us this time. Get him off his art grind.
I don't know about that.
All right, well,
We'll
maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
see.
But anywho, we appreciate you all, and much love. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you.